Welcome back everyone. So for today's video I was feeling really inspired by bridal makeup. I've had a fun season doing lots of brides makeup, and to wrap it up I thought I would recreate the makeup that I wore on my wedding day last year. For this video I'm going to focus on the products that I keep in my makeup kit, why I really like them, and how you can use these products to create a really long wearing bridal sort of glowing skin look. I'm going to touch on eyes and lips and everything as well, but I'm really going to dive into that glowy bridal skin look. I feel like it's a look that a lot of brides request, you know, what highlighters to wear, how to get your skin looking really good. So the products that I have used in these videos is how I like to get beautiful, flawless, glowing and long-lasting makeup look. So a really good excuse to wear my wedding outfit again. So let's get started. So skincare is definitely the most important part of any makeup, especially for brides. My personal skincare routine is pretty comprehensive. I feel like it would need a whole nother video just for skincare. So what I've done today is I put on my skincare already, and we're just going to focus on skin prep and priming products. So the products that I'm going to use really help to give a hydrated, fresh and radiant skin look. This is my personal favorite hydrating spray, so I'll apply it before, throughout and after makeup to keep the skin looking fresh and hydrated. Natural Radiance Golden Primer has a really beautiful golden undertone, and this is why it works so well for brides, is because it gives both that golden glow as well as working as a skin primer to keep the makeup on. Eyes and lips are also super important when it comes to skincare. Just as your skin needs moisturizer, your eyes and lips need hydrating as well. Little tip is I always keep an eye cream and lip conditioner with my moisturizer so that I don't forget to put them on. And especially for lips, if you're wearing a bolder lip, then it's super important to keep your lips hydrated as well. Having an Indian skin tone or having a darker skin tone means dark under eyes and a darker chin area. So basically different areas of my face are different colors, and to keep the skin looking as even as possible and to make it look one color, I use M.A.C Peach Luster Color Corrector to remove any ashiness from the skin around my eyes and around the chin area. So this is a really old M.A.C product called Bronze FX, and I've super creepy been keeping this for a long time, and basically it's like the most beautiful liquid highlighter I've ever come across. It kind of gives coverage, but you can just see how glowy it makes the skin look. I probably don't want to share how old this is, but this is the first layer in my recipe of many highlights. So good, I love it so much. And I'll put a couple of dupes or some other similar products that you can use to create this look. So I'm using Studio Fix Fluid in the shade NC43.5. I'm just using a really soft and fluffy brush to blend the foundation in. I didn't want my foundation to look too heavy, but I wanted to look flawless as well. So I'm applying a little bit of foundation, really buffing it into the skin, and then going to put a little bit more concealer over the top just to give coverage in the areas that I needed. Studio Fix is such a good foundation for brides, especially because it's really long wearing and it gives a good coverage if you are looking for that as well. But at the same time it can be sheared down with, you know, using a soft fluffy brush like this. So what I love about this Laura Mercier concealer is the full coverage that it gives. My other favorite thing about this concealer is how smoothing it is. So I've got some like acne scars on my cheeks, so it really just blurs and smooths, similar to the Laura Mercier powder, which I'm going to talk about as well. I've got it in 3 shades in my makeup kit, and I will literally use it on everyone. It's also got a really beautiful glowy look to it, even though it gives full coverage, so it's going to help us create that overall glowy, radiant, full coverage but natural looking foundation look. So this is a custom shade that I made of the Laura Mercier powder. I mix the regular transparent shade and then the medium deep shade together. That way I've just created my own shade. I found the regular transparent one a little bit too ashy on my skin. Again, it makes makeup last really well, and similar to the Mercier concealer, I just love how it blurs and smooths out the skin. So through my cheek area here, like I was saying before, is where I've got some acne scars and little holes in my face from too much picking. So this powder just, it almost fills in those gaps, so making the skin look really smooth. So this is a really beautiful MAC bronzer. I really love how it warms up my skin tone. So I'll generally bronze the skin a little bit first before I go in and do contour. It just sort of gives me a little bit of a guide and a rough sort of starting point before I go in with shades to contour. So this is the second part in my highlighter recipe. I really love how cream highlighters sit on the face, and I didn't just want to go in with powder highlighter. I wanted, you know, lots of different layers of highlighter, so this was the second one that I used. So I've got a few MAC products that are my absolute favorite, and I only like to use them for special occasions. I feel like I need to save them so that I can keep them for the rest of my life. That's how much I love them. These incredibly beautiful blushes. So this is a really old MAC one from a collection called Spring Color. It's a really beautiful peach to yellow kind of ombre blush. And then this is this blush is from the original Rihanna collection. So a really beautiful peachy, golden, warm, amazing shade. And this is the third ingredient for my super extra highlighter, and this is, I don't want to tip it, but it's falling everywhere. So it's just this amazing, like, high shine, insanely gold, high intense powder. My favorite brow pencil at the moment is precisely my brow pencil. The shade I'm using is number 6. My brows are quite full and I like them to look even fuller and soft and fluffy. So with this brow pencil, I can draw on and imitate little brow hairs and then make it stronger where I want by applying a little bit more pressure. Brows are very personal. Some people like them soft, some people like them strong, but one brow product that I'll use on every single bride is always a brow gel, and the one I'm using is a KIKO Cosmetics. Just by combing them up with a clear brow gel, it can make them look so much more tidy. I'm mixing together the Mercier concealer and MAC 24-hour eye base. I literally cannot do makeup without. When I'm doing bridal makeup and people ask me, is the makeup going to last? Like, I can 100% guarantee it's going to work and the eye makeup will stay on. So this is my favorite eyeshadow of all time, Uninterrupted, and I'm just applying it through the crease just to really map out where the eyeshadow is going and start creating a little bit of an eye base. And I'm just taking a smaller brush to blend the eyeshadow underneath the eyes. Start going in with the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. I'm going to take a slightly smaller brush. This one's a little bit more tapered, and we're going to use this really beautiful, like the rich kind of tones. The pigments in these eyeshadows are so beautiful, which is why I really wanted to use these eyeshadows for the day. And then I'm going to take the same flat brush that I've been working with, and I'm going to put the ochre mustard shade all over the eyelid. The eye makeup, I wanted it to look really, really matte to contrast the glowing skin. I am going to tie it in together, and instead of putting shimmer all over the eye, I'm just going to put some shimmer in the inner corner of the eye. Now I really like to do that personally on my eye shape because I find that my eyes can get a little bit close together, and also it's naturally, you know, my dark under eyes can sometimes bring them in, so I really like to use something light for the inner corner of the eye. So I've gone ahead and applied Brushblack eyeliner. I love this eyeliner because it doesn't budge, it's black enough, it's waterproof, and it's also really quick for me to apply. This is a mascara I use on lots of brides because it's also waterproof, so as well as it giving volume and curl, it's going to stay and not run everywhere, which is exactly what we want for a wedding. For my lips, I really wanted my natural lip colour to look exactly the same, so I chose to wear M.A.C Plum Lip Pencil and this beautiful Stila lip gloss. It's called Lip Glaze. So this is the final look. I decided to put it all together, and this is one of the outfits that I wore on my wedding day, and it's just kind of fun to pull it out, look at it again and put it on. I've actually only got it half on, it's just draped over my shoulder, I'm not properly wearing it. I have my pajama pants on as well. I hope that you picked up some tips or tricks along the way, whether you are a makeup artist working on brides or if you're about to get married. I hope that there was something valuable that you took away from this video, and I put together a tip sheet of my favorite bridal products and tips, which you can download if you click the link below. Thank you so much again for watching. If you're watching from YouTube, I'd love if you could like and subscribe to my channel, and see you again next time.